seasons. This season's True Blood. It started off, remember, Bill was over at Jessica's house where she grew up, right? And when it opens up this time, Bill is driving Sookie and Jessica away from Jessica's, where he has glammed Jessica's family into forgetting everything that had happened in the house. And Sookie and Bill get into an argument, and she says pull over the car, and she jumps out of the car and runs off into the woods, where she's attacked by something that looks like a devil, right? He makes three big scratches on her back. I think it's Marianne. I'm not sure. It could have been this girl Jackie, the one who started working at Merlot's with Sam's Club, but I'll get to that later. And Bill gives Sookie some of his blood. That makes her start frothing at the mouth, right? So he takes her over to Fantasia to see if Eric can help, and Eric gets some witch doctor or healer or whatever, and heals Sookie with some fluid into the poison on big cuts on her back, heals her up. And then they switch over to Jason, where he's having bad dreams, right? And Sookie heals up a little bit, gets some of Bill's blood, and then Bill stays with Fantasia for the night with some cough in the back. Then they switch over to Marianne's house, where Tara is having breakfast with Marianne. Then Sam decides he's going to split, so he's packing up his four-wheel drive. He's going to split, but he doesn't split right then. And Jason is telling his story of how he is involved with vampires there at Mount Bible Camp and the Bible school. Peter tells Jason her story, and they're very similar as far as how they're involved with vampires. Sookie wakes up over at Fantasia. She got one of Fantasia shirts on, and she's all better. There's no scarring or anything on her back. Then finds out through that waitress that Lafayette is in the basement, right, all locked up. So she gets the waitress take her down, and switches over back. Tara and her boyfriend are at Marianne's house, and Marianne misses work. And then Bill wakes up, and Sookie's telling Bill all about Lafayette being locked up in the basement of Fantasia. Then Eric comes out, and Eric says, well, maybe we can swing a deal, because he wants her to go to Dallas to help find this vampire sheriff in Dallas, using her mind reading abilities. So she decides she's going to do that. And Jessica, she wakes up over at Bill's house, and she goes over to Sam's place, Merlot's, and she's eyeballing Lloyd's neck in his vein, a simple guy that hangs out at Merlot's and was friends with all the guys there. And Sookie makes a deal, Sookie makes a deal with Eric. She's going to go to Lafayette, to Dallas, and with Bill, if Eric cuts Lafayette free. And then it switches over to Marianne's house, where Andy, the detective, shows up, noise complaint. Marianne talks him into staying and having some champagne and a good time. And Jason's being by the light of the Sun people, the young guy and young girl, were having dinner with them, and they're kind of trying to bring him back to hating the vampires. Jessica has Lloyd back at Bill's house, right? And Jessica's kissing Lloyd, and her fangs come out, and she's all embarrassed and everything. And then, in the meantime, Bill and Sookie are dropping Lafayette at home. Then Sookie and Bill have this long talk about good and evil. There's good and evil in everybody. She's realizing that it's in, she's seeing it for the first time in vampires, too. Switches back over to Tara. She's starting to realize she's at an orgy, right? And she kind of like storms off up the stairs to Mary Ann's house. Then Sam, he's about to leave, and his dog runs up, and he says, "Okay, we'll go for one last run." So the two of them go off for a run, and he shapeshifts back into the dog, runs off, and then he dives into the water, right? And then we switch back over to Bill's house. Bill walks in, him and Sookie are kissing on the front porch. They walk in. Jessica's laying on Lloyd, but she hasn't bitten him. They're just kind of kissing everything. They kind of like talked about it. They're going to be friends and stuff before they start slopping blood and all that. And but Sam doesn't realize that, so he kind of throws Jessica and brought him away. And then it switches back to the lake where Sam's having to swim. He's talking to Jackie, this new waitress, who's standing on the pier. And then Jackie says, "I'm coming in for to swim with you." When she takes off her shirt, she's got these 3 big scars on her back. So that pretty much sums up True Blood for tonight. And I would thank you all for your participation. I've changed over my channel, Uncle Dave 10. I'm going to run everything on Uncle Dave 10. And I don't know if I'll switch it back because I've already changed I've already made the changes. I can't see changing it back now, but I'll see. I haven't gotten my notice on what partners are supposed to do. Again, good night. Thank you all very much.